Matteo grew up in a village surrounded by mountains and rivers, where he heard stories of travelers crossing the great chasm that separated his village from the world beyond. Everyone spoke of an invisible bridge, visible only to those who truly believed. One day, he felt a calling in his heart. He had to cross. With the wind whispering around him and his soul pounding with uncertainty, he approached the edge of the precipice. He saw nothing but emptiness, yet he remembered his grandfather's words. Faith is not seeing with your eyes, but with your heart. Trust in the promise, and the path will appear. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, and he did not fall. Beneath his feet, a firm surface materialized. He took another step, and the invisible bridge stretched before him. With each movement, his confidence grew, and the path became clearer. When he reached the other side, he looked back and saw how other travelers hesitated, fearful of moving forward. With a peaceful smile, he extended his hand and said, "Do not be afraid. The promise is real. You only need to believe." Matteo remained on the other side of the chasm, watching as some dared to take the first step, while others stood frozen, trapped by fear. He then understood that faith could not be imposed, only shared, like a flame that ignites others. He approached an elderly woman who gazed into the void with tears in her eyes. "I want to believe," she whispered, "but what if I fall?" Matteo gently took her hands and replied, "It is not the strength of your faith that holds up the bridge, but the faithfulness of the one who promised it. Just take the first step." The woman closed her eyes, inhaled deeply, and stepped forward, and the bridge appeared once again. Her tears turned into laughter as she felt the solid ground beneath her feet. One by one, the travelers began to cross, moved by the certainty that the path was real. With each step, Matteo realized that faith was not just trusting in what is unseen, but walking with the assurance that God never fails. When night fell, he lifted his gaze to the starry sky and gave thanks in his heart. He had not only crossed the chasm, but was now helping others to do the same. And so he understood that true faith not only takes us to the other shore, but also makes us guides for those still afraid to take the first step. If this message touched your heart, imagine what it can do for someone else. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your loved ones and help us bring light and hope to more people. Give us a like. It's a small gesture that helps us immensely. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and join our faith community. Together, let's spread this message to more hearts.